Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, May 29th, 2025. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. I'll tell you, some days I struggle curating the DNB when it's a slow news day, but I'll tell you, not today, man. There was a lot of news that was dumped yesterday. Hey, I got a funny email, too, thanking me for Eye on Annapolis, and they said how they appreciate the opinions that I inject here and there. But they also let me know that I was way out of line for having an opinion on J.D. Vance's speech at the Naval Academy graduation. I replied with a two-letter reply, okay. I guess you can't please them all. Anyhow, here's an OMG fact for all of you math geeks out there. The number pi, 3.1415, has been calculated out to 1.24 trillion decimal places. Anyhow, we have some news, so let's get into it, shall we? Sturbridge Homes has broken ground on Town Row, a new luxury townhome development in Annapolis located at the intersection of Riva Road and Admiral Cochran Drive. The 18-unit community sits right in front of the Aventon Apartments. Each townhome will feature 4 levels, a private elevator, a rooftop terrace, a deck off of the kitchen, energy-efficient certifications. Homes include 3 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, a gourmet kitchen, and a 2-car garage. And this marks Sturbridge's second major development in the area, following its Grandview condominiums at the Annapolis Town Center just down the road. Meanwhile, in downtown Annapolis, Resolution Capital Management has begun construction on The Billy, which is a 10-unit boutique apartment project at 91 to 93 Main Street. Now, this building sits between Mills Fine Wine and the historic Annapolis Museum. The new project is going to offer a mix of studios, 1-bedroom and 2 bedrooms with penthouses, each with private balconies and waterfront views. A revitalized retail storefront will occupy the ground floor right near Ego Alley. We are excited to move forward with the Billy and bring new energy, housing, and opportunity to Main Street, said Jared Kassoff, who's the COO of Resolution Capital Management. Construction did begin earlier this month. In education news, Superintendent Dr. Mark Bedell of the Anne Arundel County Public Schools has announced a policy update regarding graduation regalia. After weeks of discussion and arguments, Bedell acknowledged the inconsistencies in the regulations surrounding stoles and cords. And effective immediately, students will be permitted to wear stoles and cords provided by AACPS or earned through honor societies, as well as any academic or athletic achievements. A new policy will be developed over the summer to ensure clarity and fairness going forward. And Dr. Bedell did say that our graduation ceremonies should be places where students can be celebrated for the breadth of their accomplishments. The City of Annapolis plans to relocate about 30 employees from the Central Services and Finance departments to a newly acquired 8,200 square foot building on Shaw Street. They purchased it back in November for $2.1 million, and the building will be renovated for office use, though no formal renovation plan has been finalized yet. The move is expected later this summer and is part of a broader effort to ease overcrowding in the city's existing government offices. The Department of Central Services, reestablished in 2023 after being dissolved in 2011, will oversee government facilities, procurement, and fleet operations. In another Annapolis news, former Mayor Ellen Moyer has announced her candidacy for Alderwoman for Ward 6, seeking to return to public office and represent a district currently without any candidates. Moyer, the first and only woman to serve as mayor of Annapolis and a former Alderwoman herself for Ward 8, emphasized the need for strong leadership amid pending decisions on rezoning and redevelopment in Eastport. There are changes coming, and residents must be part of that conversation, said Moyer. Her campaign will focus on transparency, community engagement, and smart development. Finally, the 2 remaining bond agencies, Standard & Poor's and Fitch, have reaffirmed Maryland's AAA rating following a downgrade by Moody's earlier this month. Moody's dropped the state's rating to AA1, citing long-term budget challenges, especially those tied to the state's education reform initiative, the Blueprint for Maryland's Future. S&P and Fitch both maintained a stable outlook, crediting Maryland's history of proactive fiscal management. State Treasurer Derek Davis wasn't shy about expressing frustration, ending the public comments with, "To hell with Moody's." Maryland has held the top rating from all three agencies for decades. Some podcast stuff. Up this weekend on the Local Business Spotlight, we speak with Vintage Vibe Finds and Artfully Acquired. That does drop at noon on Saturday. And in closing, one of the best ways to keep up on the local news is the Daily News Recap email. That goes out at 7 p.m. every single day. It is free, and it is paywall free as well. And here's a link right here in the show notes for you to sign up. And please, feel free to let your friends, family, and colleagues all know about it as well. And that is a wrap. As always, thank you for being you, and a thank you to the sponsors for the Daily News Brief: Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Hospice of the Chesapeake, and Makerspace. So now you just need to sit back because your eye on Annapolis local weather is on deck, and Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace will be here with your Annapolis Makerspace Maker Minutes. All that's coming your way, so hang tight.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
Next up, we're diving into today's Eye on Annapolis weather forecast. From sunny skies over the bay to storm warnings that could impact your plans, we've got the details to keep you ahead of the curve. Stay tuned. It's all coming your way in just a moment.
Good morning, Anne Arundel County. Here is your local weather forecast for the next couple of days as we head into the weekend. Today, you can expect a cloudy and warmer day with highs around 74. As evening approaches, temperatures are going to dip to a low of 58. It would be a good idea to keep an umbrella handy as there is a slight chance of storms in the evening. Tomorrow, the day is going to start out humid with a couple of morning showers, transitioning into periods of rain and a possible thunderstorm in the afternoon and evening. Highs are going to reach about 74, and the evening will cool down to about 61 degrees. If you do plan to be outdoors, consider wearing waterproof footwear. Saturday, variable cloudiness is on the menu, accompanied by a couple of showers and a potential thunderstorm early in the day. Temperatures will peak at 68 and drop to a low of 53 degrees at night. And as we look ahead, Sunday promises to be a sunny day with highs in the upper 60s, offering a pleasant respite from the week's unsettled weather. And as we move into the next week, expect a mix of sun and clouds with temperatures gradually warming up into the 80s. It's shaping up to be a classic early June in Maryland. There you go. Stay warm and stay dry.
Have you ever had to wait to get an appointment at the Apple Store? Skip the wait and the line at the mall by visiting Makerspace in Severna Park, where appointments are not necessary. Makerspace is an Apple-authorized premium service provider. Makerspace services all Apple devices, including broken iPhone screens and batteries, and all without an appointment. Most iPhone repairs are complete the same day and usually within a few hours. Makerspace is also an Apple-authorized reseller and sell Apple products at the same price as the Apple Store. Visit Makerspace in Severna Park for Apple-authorized sales and service and shop local. Don't wait for help. Call Makerspace at 410-757-MAX, which is 410-757-6227. It's 410-757-6227. Or visit them online at makerspace.com. Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. At Chesapeake Light Craft in Annapolis, registration is open for our workshop making a teardrop camper, coming up in a couple weeks, and there's more workshops coming up in the next couple months. And Knits and Pieces off of Bestgate Road. Today, check out their Quick Socks workshop, where you can learn to knit socks with DK weight yarn. And registration is open for their Cocoa Knit Sweater Workshop, another workshop with basic sweater knitting making a super simple summer sweater, as well as a Barocco Mystery Knit-Along group. At Local by Design, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, be sure to check out their monthly Annapolis Artisans Market, where you can check out their in-house artists and pick up some great gifts. At Art Farm in Annapolis, tonight, they have figure drawing and oil painting for artists, as well as podcasting 101 for adults. Sunday, they have their Vibe, Flow, and Chill Yoga. And then on Monday, they have watercolor for beginners. And registration is open for more sketch nights with a live model, as well as other workshops, including their Creative Circle monthly meetup, floral planter arranging, photo editing, watercolor weaving, and more. And their Kids Art Camp spring semester is winding down. Today, there's Mixed Media Art School for ages 11 through 15. And Saturday, there's a Kids Art School for ages 7 through 9. But registration is open for Art Farm's Kids Summer Camps, running from June 23rd through August 22nd. At the Anne Arundel County Public Library System this week, today, Odenton has a paint night, and Glen Burnie has a plant swap and share. Saturday, Crofton has Ask a Master Gardener, and Maryland City is making bee hotels. On Tuesday, Glen Burnie has Little Artist Process Art, Bush Annapolis has Sewing for elementary students with Basics No. 1, Eastport Annapolis Neck has Homeschool STEM, Diamonds in the Sand, talking about Maryland State's official reptile, the terrapin. Severna Park has Share Your Story with Pride Community Art Project. And then on Wednesday, Edgewater has Skeins and Stitches, Severna Park has a Lego Challenge, and Odenton has a miniature figure painting party. If you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. And you can find links to all these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website, also at makeannapolis.org. And whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.